BXB. It's in the game!
Hey guys, and welcome back to another one of my quick reviews. This time I'm looking at Planetbase on the Xbox One. This game's been out for a while on PC, but I'm really glad to see it coming to Xbox in what has been a surprisingly good port, especially considering we're talking about a small developer, Madruga Works, which consists of about 5 people. And it never fails to amaze me how impressive some of these indie titles really are that appear on console and PC, considering the sizes of the teams and the quality of what can be made with so few people now. It's really something else. So Planetbase, it's quite a simple game to encapsulate, even if it's a game you wouldn't normally see on console. It's a management and sort of SimCity style colony building simulation, in which you're laying down a colony on one of 4 varying difficulty planets, and then you're managing it, and you're attracting other colonists and building biodomes, and building agri-domes, and building all kinds of different domes to help support the population and to help grow the colony in these adverse conditions. Everything from oxygen reclamation to water, sort of mining for water out of the landscape, to all kinds of things to do with sort of power management. And I really like this game. One thing I noticed after a while, and perhaps indicative of the smaller team, is that there aren't that many different types of domes to build. The skill of the game, the difficulty of the game, comes from balancing the different resources you have and the different needs of the colonists, like it does in every one of these management games. But I think what Madruga Works have done really smartly here, instead of making thousands of different options and just blowing it out and not doing it well, they've instead pared it down, picked the sort of things that they want to focus on, and done them very, very nicely. Now, the first thing you'll notice with this game is it looks really, really nicely. It looks great. It runs well. The music's fantastic. Everything about the setting and the style is evocative of what you're trying to do. And it controls brilliantly on Xbox. The build menus come up off the different shoulder buttons. All the statistics and management information is easily accessible within a few button clicks. The D-pad controls things like the speed of the simulation and the different alert statuses. You know, it all just makes a lot of sense. There's some very, very good tutorial in this as well, which basically takes you through all of these systems. Because at first, like any management game, it's a bit bewildering. But basically, you have to just throw yourself in there. In my first game, things did not go well. I'm a big fan of the sci-fi TV show The Expanse, and it immediately made me think of that. When they talked about something called the Cascade. Basically, I had a meteor hit my colony, which just happened to take out quite early on all my biologists, but I didn't notice this quickly enough. And because I lost my biologists, I lost any way of making food. So my other sort of engineers and workers just slowly starved to death because they could see the food growing, but they couldn't harvest it, which might sound a little bit ludicrous, and it is a little bit ludicrous realistically, that you could walk into a farm and look at the plants but not know how to eat them. However, you know, in a management simulation like this, systems upon systems, certain things have to work in a certain order, otherwise it would be far, far too easy. I just really enjoy my time with these kind of games. They're great chill-out games, especially on the lower difficulty. This is a great kind of relaxing kind of thing. I think where I've got my base now, it looks quite impressive. As you can see here, I'm really happy with how everything has turned out in the game. In this particular level, I'm going to keep playing. I'm going to be doing lots of the other worlds and pushing forward and getting the challenges. I'm really enjoying going for the achievements. Once again, guys, you know, team of 5 people. This game is polished. It plays really well. It looks great. It's fun. Yes, there are all of a sudden a glut of competitor-type management games appearing on the consoles, which is a real surprise to me. But, you know, this is about half the price of, say, its obvious competition in City Skylines. And City Skylines is a great game. I don't want to talk about that too much. I'm talking about, obviously, Planetbase here. But what I think this does so well is it picks its elements really expertly. They have gone very cleanly into certain areas of the management simulation. Instead of trying to do everything, they've done a smaller selection of things, and I respect that, and they've done it to a really high degree of polish and quality. And I think because of that, if you're interested in the idea of a sci-fi colony management game and you haven't played this on PC, the Xbox One version is a great one to check out. So because of that, I'm giving this a very good 4 out of 5 stars.
BXB. It's in the game!